Hey guys, a very warm welcome to you. This is Vibes Hub with Mel. I'm Mel Miendo. Thank you so much for watching and for listening on both YouTube and Spotify. We've been having such a great time getting your feedback. Thank you for bringing that and telling us what more to do. And for today, we have with us a very special guest. All my guests are special, by the way. So this is none other than Dr. Bright Gameli.
It's weird you calling me doctor.
Because I'm like, should I, Daktari, Karibu to the podcast.
Asante, thank you so much.
It's so good to see you.
Yeah.
How are you?
Great.
It's been a while.
It sure has been. Yeah.
So you are a cybersecurity engineer and researcher. You are the co-founder of Africa Hackon.
Yeah.
You were, I think, one of the finalists in Top 40 Under 40. Was it 2017?
Twice, actually. 2016 and 2020.
2017 and 2020.
I can't even remember, but it was twice.
And, like every time we talk about cybersecurity, Bright Gameli, Doctor.
You better get used to that.
Yeah, man. Like, your name just is always there.
Yeah.
Have you always had this passion for cybersec?
For a very long time, yeah. I've always had, so apart from being a researcher and also a founder of Africa Hackon, I also work in now blockchain intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
So we help cryptocurrency scams to be tracked down. We do training for a lot of organizations, financial investigation units of countries. They don't understand where to start from. And also when it comes to governance, risk and compliance, we try to help them with that. Oh, I also have an edtech called Intermatter, where we try to create programs to help teachers to embrace technology, to set exams much faster, students to take exams or revision questions much easier. Very soon, parents can actually get their kids to have revision. They can purchase revision questions with 1,000 shillings, 2,000 shillings, and then the students can just take their revision and they can get the results.
Okay.
And I'm also a lecturer. I teach 5 cybersecurity courses at Strathmore University.
Yeah.
I teach the master's class when it comes to cybersecurity.
I mean, Bright, you need to tell me, how do you balance? You're doing like 16 things at once.
I try, and then I consult
for... How do you balance? I need to know.
Do a consultancy for a company in the UK, but it's just on a need-to-need basis.
Okay.
And yeah, technically, that's basically it.
Yeah.
And then I run my own cybersecurity company.
I will still go back to the balance. People need to understand you are one man in, like in the flesh.
Yeah. So,
and, you're doing all this.
I can't do everything alone. So what I like to do is I try to see how can I try to create a ripple effect and also create other brights out there. That's why I'm somebody who's really passionate about education and educating other people or training other people. So I have trained other people to think like me, to do things like me. So I have an amazing team who, when it comes to certain kind of work, they can pick it up and just go with it. For example,
you do a lot of mentoring.
A lot.
That's amazing.
So some of the mentees that I take, my cohorts are very small. I only take 6 people at a time. And those 6, maybe only 2 might survive.
Because it's intense?
It's intense.
Okay.
And I'm not going to spoon feed you.
Yeah.
You have to do the work. So after I see how they work, some of them I take them in. I start put them on jobs, contracts and everything. And I have somebody who manages them. So I don't really have to come in, you know. So they are self-managed. I've created a process which is very seamless that anybody can take it and be able to actually just run with it. So it's been quite good. Have an amazing team. And also,
and that's a good thing.
My wife actually manages my people.
Oh, yeah. All right. So you guys do this together? We
can be in the same house, different rooms, in the same meeting.
Oh, wow.
We
that's
will
really
not.
Cool.
We separate our professional lives from our private life.
And that's not easy to
It's
find.
not easy.
Yeah.
And she'll question me if, like, why did you sign this? Why we don't going to, this clause is not right. This person is not working. This person. Or how
and that's just on a professional level.
Yes.
Yeah.
That we are, when it comes to professionalism, we can be in the same room for a meeting and people will not even know we are married.
That's cool. Kudos to you guys.
Thanks.
But Bright, you've been in the cybersec industry for the longest time.
Yeah.
And it will be interesting to hear from you. Where is that space at in Kenya right now?
I think it's changed over the past 10 years. 10 years ago, cybersecurity is not what it is right now. And I think a lot of organizations are now realizing that we need to invest in cybersecurity.
Yeah.
Whereas because AI is coming in and taking over a lot of things. We'll come to that later. So they're doing a lot of investment. I saw NCBA the other day recorded that they're investing millions into cybersecurity right now. They already have a lot of tools and systems, but you see they're investing more. And that's a bank, which is actually taking it very seriously. A lot of companies, I saw this morning, KCB Bank is hiring more cybersecurity engineers, and they're always hiring every month. I don't think the people who they've hired before have left. They just need more capacity. We see so many programs that are going on. We see the work when I do Africa Hack-On and a meetup, it's getting full. Right now, we have an event on the 27th of this month.
Oh, great.
It's a paid event. People are paying $1,800 for food. We're not keeping any money. It's a cybersecurity and data science event. 90 people have already paid. We are actually getting to that stage where we need to understand that it's becoming a reality.
Yeah.
Organizations are losing money. There's some jobs we go to do assessment for some companies, and they pay without negotiating. That shows you the seriousness of how they're taking it. That's on a company level. When it comes on the personal part of things, a lot of people are realizing that this is not a joke anymore.
Man, let me tell you, guys are getting hacked.
Yeah.
Every single day.
You can't just post anything and everything online. You can't just buy every type of phone, and you can't just log into any portal. So the awareness is coming out, and people are realizing that it's not business as usual. We need to start embracing the fact that we are getting to that space. We are not the target. We are a target to the entire world. And if it's
even
not...
if it's just you as a person, you know,
there's something which is happening,
company.
which is in the world of what we call sextortion. So sextortion, people are actually impersonating. So someone can take your mail, your videos, your posts. As you post every day, they've created another page of exactly what you post.
So they're posting like me?
Yes.
So it would be me?
You.
Okay.
But they're targeting your followers.
Wow.
And they keep on telling your followers, this is a new account. Then all of a sudden, that new account is flirting with a guy who had a crush on you all along.
Man.
Because they can see that guy is always the first to like your post.
Okay, and to comment as well.
And there are some tools you can use to analyze your feed to see who is the first to like, or who posts the most, who likes the most, who comments the most. So if it's Bright who's commenting on your post the most, they now start talking to that person. They now tell the person, you know what, I would like to show you something. They have pre-recorded videos. They play it back. They look like it's you. They show sexual images. And when the person starts showing as well, they're recording.
Let me ask you, if this is happening, how then can I make sure that I'm safe in terms of, because we're always posting, especially Kenyans, we're on the internet every single minute, posting pictures, posting videos, doing all these things.
Can you imagine on TikTok the other day, you know how you're just scrolling up, scroll up, and then my boy talks to me like, hey, Bright, somebody's actually showing how to do witchcraft. I know. Is that serious? And it's a young people. So the young generation are looking at that. The young generation are looking at people whose lives are not the life they think it is. And they're like, you know what?
Yeah.
I would love to also be, to live that kind of a life. And people are posting pictures that they borrowed a car, but instead they bought a car. They did not buy that car. We all can tell. Well, some of us can tell. So it's also, there's a direction that people are taking when it comes to social media. It's really affecting a lot of young people.
Yeah.
That's why we're having a lot of suicides and everything. And then when they post some of those videos, even the sextortion that happens, a lot of kids are going through that, but they don't talk.
Yeah.
So we need a lot more awareness about that.
But what do you do then, Bright?
You need to talk about it. You need to actually let people know.
Is there a way you can safeguard yourself, safeguard your social media accounts or whatever?
There's only so much you can do. Social media is for sharing, right? So there's only so much you can do when it comes to sharing. You can, however, report some of those accounts which are fake. And obviously, with the more pictures you post, Instagram also know, Instagram, Facebook, X, and the likes, they know who you are. So they can easily take out those fake ones. And the algorithm is learning to be able to actually take down those fake accounts. So it's been going on for some time. And those are things that we need to actually get awareness of, and also how to recover accounts. Simple, follow the process. People always ask me, oh, I lost my account, help me recover it back. There's no magical way I can do it. I'm not a magician. People think I can do snap.
Usually
They're like,
calls.
yo, Bright, get it back. And I'm like, guys, I don't just snap and get it back.
But you're the cybersec guy that we
Oh my
know.
God.
So you're the one on our contact list. You're just like, Bright, fix this.
You know, some people living who I've not talked to for years. All of a sudden come out of the blues and it's like, I lost my account. Can you help me? And I'm just there like, wow, okay.
Or I've been hacked.
Help me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, guys, there's only so much I can do. So, and the settings of these social media pages already have certain things. For example, do you know my biggest fear right now? High school students. They are being cyberbullied by their own colleagues who create new accounts and then they're tagging them and they're sending messages to them. So, for example, on Instagram, you can change all of those settings saying keywords you don't want you to be part of. You can remove those keywords. Your parents can actually be part of the conversation as well. You can exclude and put some security features or privacy features that people can just text you or send you messages just like that. That way,
it's really awareness, yeah?
It's awareness. And
guys don't know about
people just need to spend time and go through those, apps and the privacy settings on Facebook is there, Instagram is there, TikTok is there. And for parents especially, they need to be involved with the kids. If you're not involved with them, they will never talk to you. They'll never tell you some weird person is sending them a message. They will never tell you, this is why I'm being cyberbullied. I've done a few talks at some schools, and I'm actually looking forward to do a bit more. And it's the same thing. I'm like, why are parents not getting involved in those kind of things and learning the tools to be able to do that?
They're busy. They're looking for money.
And look, we are all looking for the money, hey, but our kids are our kids and their mental health.
It's so sad because, that's actually the truth.
Yeah.
I mean, I know young people who don't really get to spend time with their folks because, their folks are, on the grind. They're busy and they don't get to actually sit down and this phone they've bought for the kids that has all these social media accounts, they don't know. Like, they don't know what's happening. So it's a problem.
It's a big problem. Yeah. And it's about time things get to be changed. And social media is here to stay. We are not going to get over it. And worst case, we have AI, which is here to stay.
Exactly.
These days, I can take your video. I'll give a typical example. There's some social media accounts that have been hacked because somebody clicked on something, the account got taken over, and the account is posting their face saying they actually made money out of a crypto trading platform. And I can tell it's not them, but trust me, it looks so believable. And then some people commented like, oh, wow, thank you for making me also win X amount of money within a few days.
A hoax.
It's a hoax.
All of it.
And that's AI that automatically took a few of your videos and your face and posted somewhere. So there's one that happened to a friend of mine. And I look at her and I'm like, this is not her body. I know her.
Her.
It's her face, but it's not her body.
Yeah.
It looks so much like her. It was her. It was her face. It was her face.
My goodness. Bright, let me tell you, you deal with cryptocurrency, a lot of training on that. And I just want you to talk about this because we all know there's been a lot of scams out there, with regards to crypto.
Let me tell you.
Everyone is, trying to make money and this is easy money. What's going on, man?
I know a group of 17 grown rich men in Kenya who basically invested in crypto, nothing less than 1.5 million each. And they all lost it.
1.5 million each?
Each. They all lost it.
So what happens?
There's crypto. There's many sides of crypto people need to understand. There's crypto for using crypto for buying things to be able to be involved in, trading of goods and services abroad and everything. I used to pay people crypto when they're in another country instead of using the normal traditional banking system and everything. And there is the part where people actually trade crypto to be able to actually buy and sell. So that has been going on around a lot. People tell you can trade, you can put in 2,000 shillings, 5,000, 10,000 shillings, and then you make an X amount. But there's something we say, not your keys, not your crypto. If somebody asks you for your, what you call a passphrase or seed phrase, which is like a password to your cryptocurrency wallet, they basically can take to take over the entire account,
Mm-hmm.
right? Now, there's always the scam of this is a platform.
Yeah.
If you put in X amount of money, they show you a graph that is growing, it's growing. They even allow you to withdraw. So even they have invested, the scammers have invested money into the platform to let you withdraw an amount of money.
So there's a certain point where once you start putting in money, you can remove the money.
Social engineering, hacking the human brain. You're confident
so
right
you
now.
So you actually trust the system.
Imagine you've put in 5,000 and then in a few days you got 5,700 bob in 3 days without doing anything.
Yeah.
Then they tell you there's a bot that is actually able to do this. You wait for another, say, 2 weeks, you put in 10,000, they're making more money. And the more people you refer who go through referral links, you're getting more money.
You get money as well.
And your money, so it gets to the point to tell you, if you withdraw this money, it will cost you more to put it back in. So you're not going to put in, you're not going to withdraw that money. You keep on adding and adding and adding and adding. The more you add, the more it stays there. After 6 months, website shuts down. You have no idea who owns the platform.
Oh my goodness.
It's gone. It's becoming a very common thing. And people are skillful to know who to target. Older people, that's one. Some of them are not even crypto-based. It's basically you're putting money through fiat currency on the platform and through mobile money. And law enforcement agencies are not investigating some of the or doing due diligence before allowing them to even open bank accounts.
Wow.
So imagine, typical example. Let's give a case scenario. A company from China comes to Kenya, open a bank account in Kenya, connects to M-Pesa. They have a till number. Yeah. Right? And M-Pesa does not do due diligence properly, or rather, their due diligence comes out looking like it's real. They set up the company, or somehow they got a business registered without the right details. So they set up that company, they said they're trading crypto and everything, and people are collecting money and they're able to withdraw. Once they get to a point where they realize they've collected enough money, they leave the country, they shut down everything. You can't trace them.
Oh my goodness.
And
they don't can't recover your money.
Your money is gone.
Like, gone like that?
Not really. If it's fiat currency and they've withdrawn, that is gone. If it's crypto, some cryptocurrencies can be traced. So that's what I do every day. We trace some of these currencies. It's on a blockchain. And on a blockchain, everything is visible, except some what we call privacy coins that you can trace easily because of the kind of technology they've put on top of it. So it becomes quite difficult and people don't understand that the essence of those. So I'm seeing a lot of scams which are not even crypto driven. And some of they're just normal scams that people are believing. But they have very nice websites. Yeah. But you see also...
And they have like this influential people telling you...
Thank you.
You know,
and Mel...
Put in your money
here. These
here.
websites don't take long to create. These websites are basic websites that anybody can use an AI tool to create in less than 10 minutes. Then they host it and they tell you your money is growing. You know, you see the graph and everything. So it's becoming a problem. And a lot of people are not, we need a lot more awareness. And that's something I do every day, trying to bring awareness to people to understand exactly what is involved in the cryptocurrency scams, what investigations they look like. Law enforcement need to understand this. They need to understand where to look as well.
Yeah. Let me ask you, because I know you have, quite a broad perspective, not just in Kenya, but Africa as well. Do you see the scams really taking off in Kenya? Like, a guy's getting scammed as such?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So Kenyans have been scammed. Namibia, Zambia.
Nigerians?
Oh, a lot. Because of the numbers. Nigeria has the numbers. I'll give you a typical example. One that was Africa, actually worldwide. There was, so what happened was they sent a woman. It's a women-led initiative. It's a women-led initiative. Like special. It's just us women. So the women-led initiatives, you are going to talk to another person and talk about the whole cryptocurrency trading and investments. It's always investments. And then they do webinars. The webinars kept on going on for like 3 months, 4 months. And the more women you bring in, the more you actually get a stake. It's like a pyramid scheme, but they don't make it like a pyramid. They were very clever not to make it look like a pyramid scheme. You can still invest without bringing somebody. You can when you bring in somebody, you always get an incentive, and they give you an incentive until you've gone X amount. Of which, if you give you like 1,000 or 2,000 kind of shillings extra, you actually can withdraw that money.
Wow!
So the same thing after you withdraw for some time, just women. So I saw some of the videos. They showed me the videos. They showed me the content, the website. I checked those videos and websites. I did the investigation. There's something called a reverse image search.
Yes,
so if I take a picture of you, I want to go find out where else has your picture appeared anywhere in the world. So I took my just search to see where has these people been. They're actually prostitutes in Venezuela.
Wow.
So they are the face value.
It looks so legit. Right?
They had multiple webinars. They had proper. They even showed a whole live video. It was fake.
Oh wow!
They put a live at the corner saying they're in Singapore, showing that their data centers and the farms mining crypto. I'm like, it's a lie.
Wow! But you get to find that out because you're skilled in this to be able to investigate and find out whether this is true, whether this is actually real or not.
That used to happen on Zoom. Now it's got to Telegram. Telegram groups are happening. So I keep on investigating some of those, and people are just lying to people saying, oh, you know what? Join this crypto trading, and then they show you all the money you can make. And I'm just there like, okay, you know what? It's becoming so in the whole realm of that is where cybersecurity needs to start taking a different shape of how awareness needs to be done. Young people, the primary schools and the likes, parents being involved, the companies, organizations, and then the skill set. I do a lot of training for skills, people to be aware of exactly what happens in the crypto world, crypto, cybersecurity world, and compliance, to say.
It's interesting you talk about that because even when we go back to cybersec, we've talked about the young people.
Yes.
And you mentioned about Entamata. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly. But even just trying to see the kind of work you guys are doing, to bring on board both parents and kids, even in terms of education.
Yes.
Do you think that can happen in terms of social media accounts, to try and just sensitize parents about, the social media accounts that their children have?
Yeah, so Intermatter is trying to really bridge that gap for assessments, but make it easy for parents to get their kids to do assessments. Very nice and easy. And that changes the way they think about education.
Yeah.
Which is what we are trying to do. In a sense of getting social media accounts and everything to be looked at in a different way, parents need to come on board and understand that social media is not going. You can stop your kids from phones until they're 16, 17. They're still going to get on social media. They can get on today and tomorrow they've been scammed or they've been extorted from and everything. So we need a lot of education where parents and kids have to be able to work together and have sessions where they practically go through some of those things.
Yeah.
I always advocate for that. I'm like, if we don't have those practical sessions to be able to make sure that a parent knows what apps to install, there's some tools. For example, there's a tool called Custodio, the Q. So Custodio, if you install Custodio on your kid's phone, you can actually but you can actually control their activities.
On your phone?
On their phone, remotely.
Oh, okay.
So I can be here talking to you, and I don't want my daughter to watch TikTok or whatever it is.
Yes.
I can stop it.
So then that means you're the one to download it?
Yeah, you download it and install on their site. You register an account, you download it and install the agent on your kid's phone. They can't remove it. And then you now, because you put a password to it, then you now control, say, screen time. TikTok can only between Saturdays between 3 and 4.
And there's nothing they can do about it.
They can't do anything about it.
That's so cool.
But these kids are getting smart.
Yeah.
Do you know they even register new accounts?
That's why I'm asking, like, who's downloading? By the time I'm the parent and I'm the one, trying to register an account, what about my child? Are they also doing the same thing?
I found a case where a 13-year-old kid who had an Instagram account, went and opened her same account on a friend's phone and was still able to use it when she went to visit for a sleepover.
Oh, wow.
That's where things like simple things like two-step verification.
Yeah.
If they have an email, let your account, your phone number be the two-step verification. So if they're changing something or they've been hacked, you have easy control. Every social media account has two-step verification.
Yes.
Let's activate those to make sure that we can always have control as to knowing, has there been a new place when they have logged in and the likes. Let me tell you something. This is why I say privacy is dead. Okay, if we're to do a live demonstration right now, If I have your phone number, I could possibly get your email from Truecaller.
Yeah.
Truecaller, you know, with the email, there are tools that I actually pay. I pay like think maybe 3,000 Kenya shillings a month. That tool can investigate your account to tell me everything about you. When I say everything, everything that the email has been connected to. So Strava can tell me where you have been running. Your Gmail tells me the places you have been, and it tagged and it took a picture. It tells me Airbnbs that you have been to, restaurants that you have been to in the past 3, 4, 5 years ago. All of those have been collected somewhere. It's all online. This
so
tool
there's no privacy.
Gives you everything. It gives you like a chat. Like it just shows you connected here, then tells me you have an Instagram account, you have a Pinterest account. Some people even got to realize they have been registered on Pornhub and they had no idea. And they were like, they didn't know.
Yeah.
Leakages, passwords that have been leaking out there, all of them show right there. What are you going to do about that?
Man, that's crazy.
The world we live in right now.
So if privacy is dead, then what are we going to do? Like,
we have to take extra caution. So we need to be a lot more aware as to what are we posting, what are we talking about, who do we engage. Cyberbullying has got to a point where even law enforcement needs to get trained. Lawyers need to understand what privacy means and how can they get involved. How fast can they take some of these things to court? What's admissible in the court of law? We need to understand those. If we don't do some of those education, we're going to have a very difficult time trying to prosecute some of these cases. People can abuse your details out there. Organizations are not securing their applications. So it's easy to actually compromise an app and get everybody's details. It's madness.
Right. I'm so glad that you're mentoring people because you're so skilled in this cybersec thing. I'm so glad that you're actually mentoring people on that way so that, you know, people get to know what to do, what they need to do, what they don't need to do, you know?
Yes.
So it's important.
I'll keep doing it and we'll keep on evangelizing to people to actually become also, you know, soldiers of sending out privacy details and educating more people in the space out there. Yeah.
You've heard it right there from Dr. Right, Gameli. It sounds so good.
I know.
Daktari. So good to have you. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
So cool just having this conversation with you. I know the time is short, but we'll keep having this convos anyway, yeah?
I think we should do a lot more and get a little bit deeper.
Yeah.
I think a lot more cases that we can actually get to have conversations about. We have those various use cases. We can go a little bit deep dive into it. So as people are watching right now, I will encourage them to actually ask questions. Let them ask topics they want to discuss. Let them bring some of the cases out. Let's have those cases and then drill down to see how will they have solved them. For example, let me give a typical, as we close down, a typical case of a lady in Kenya. She woke up one day to phone numbers calling her and asking her for how much, how long, for 1 hour, how much do you want? So she's like, what? Not knowing her ex-boyfriend posted pictures of her on a how do you call it, on a pornography website and a escort website, and people are calling her. So people think it's her.
Oh yeah.
And the phone number was there, right? Only to realize that. So we had to do a reverse image search for her to be able to know that this is where my picture has been taken to. People need to know how to do that. I can't teach all of that right now.
Yeah, of course.
But those are cases. That's an example of a case. So what can I do? ABCD. I have been involved in this scenario. This is what happened. So people who are watching to bring such questions, then we can now curate all of those and tackle them as single kind of investigation, how that goes. And then what does the lawyers get to be involved? Why do you go to Kilimani police station? What do you say?
But where do you begin?
Exactly.
Those police officers, they don't even, they won't give you time to explain.
So that we know where does that go to when it comes to the DCI, when it comes to ODPP, how can the ODPP get involved in some of these kind of cases and bring the law to help such cases? Otherwise, it's going to be, we have a long way to go.
Yeah. I mean, we could go you know,
I know.
like we won't stop. But this has been Dr. Bright Gameli here on the Vibes Hub with Mel podcast. We're talking about cybersecurity, and there's so much to talk about, and we'll probably get to have him on board a little later, so that if you're asking your questions or you have comments, please know that they will get to him. Thank you guys for watching and listening. I'm Mel Miendo. We'll see you next time.